What's up guys, in this video I'm gonna show you some tips for the Grand Races in Motorfest to place top 5, especially about selecting the cars, what you can do in the race and how you can go higher and higher. So make sure to drop a like and also subscribe for more the Crew Motorfest contents, okay? So let's get started with the video, and I think the best way of showing you this is actually showing myself in a race. So basically what I suggest is you want to select your favorite cars and you want to put a specific color on them. So in my case, you can see here I have my cars with a green color, and it's easy for me to always select them every single race. So make sure you go through the list of best cars and you create a specific color for them. So when you guys go to the grand race, it's easy to select, okay? This helped me a lot, and I think it will help a lot of beginner players. All right. Also, guys, if you want, you can also put your settings down if that will help you as well, because especially for the grand races, it will be an online game. And basically you want to put your level of detail to the smallest, because your computer might lag a little bit, and especially in the grand race it will affect you. It will cause your FPS to drop and you will be behind a couple of milliseconds altogether. Will be a couple of seconds by the end of the race, okay? So make sure your computer can handle it, and make also sure that you can see some statistics. As you guys can see on the top, I have my statistics and I can see the FPS are stable. And once you are comfortable with your settings, you can just proceed and go to the grand races. So now I will give you some tips on how you can actually perform in the race, and there will be no collision races and there will be collision races. So this is something new in the latest update of the Crew Motorfest, because in this case I'm going to show you a no collision race. But for the collision races, you basically want to be very careful with in the first few minutes of the race, or a few seconds, and yeah, like you saw here, there will be a lot of confusion, especially if there are conflicts, you know, if there are collisions, okay? So be sure to take your time. Also take some shortcuts, so as you go through the races you will be learning how the shortcuts work, and you can also follow the other players on that. So you will learn the shortcuts yourself. And another thing you guys can see here is use the gutters, okay? So the gutters is basically the section where you can put your tire off-road and the other tire on the street. So basically that will help you a lot in the curbs, because you can see here that I can maintain the speed while not losing you know, the grip, because your car stays gripped during the turn. So this is very important, especially in the sections that you have these kind of turns in a high speed. It will really make it a lot easier for you. So be sure to brake also, because if you don't brake early, you might just lose control. So the gutters are something you can practice for sure. You can also use manual gears, although I just use the automatic, but manual gears will allow you to adjust the speed of your car way better, okay? But right now I'm just using automatic, and I don't think, you know, that would be a huge difference. I think these gutters, you guys can see here another example of the gutters. So I'm just trying to go in, and this was a complete mess, sorry. Not a good example, but maybe this one you see here, like I'm going on the inside and I'm just maintaining a bit of speed. So yeah, it depends, it's a bit more technical, and yeah, you might not be able to do it, but overall this should help you. Another thing is when you have these tight turns, okay, which is not the case here, but if you have a very tight turn, most of the times it's best for you to just go to the barrier and drift, you know, press the handbrake and go sideways to the barrier and then accelerate, because that way you just are ready to roll, instead of just, you know, drifting out and then losing control. You can just put your car sideways to the barrier and then just full boost. Okay, so boost management is the next thing I want to cover in this video, and the boost management is very, very important for you to succeed. So you guys can see here that every time you guys go through this switch car, you get a full boost. So when you are doing the grand race, you want to pay attention, because at every third of the race you will switch cars. So at 32%, 66% you will switch cars. Okay, so when you switch cars, you can just empty your boss nozzle. NOS bottle, right? So you can just empty your NOS bottle, and you will have a full one once you go through that checkpoint. Okay, so basically you guys can see here that I'm trying to manage my boost, try to not keep it too low. And another thing will help you to manage your boost is what I'm doing right here. So you guys might not notice at first, but once you guys go behind another player's car, you are essentially drafting. So you are getting a boost of speed from the other player. Now, drafting only works if you are a couple of meters away, not like this, because right now I'm too far away from the car that's in front of me. But as soon as I get close, I will start having a little of a speed boost. You guys can see probably the guy that's behind me is kind of benefiting from that, although he's not passing me. But once you are close, you want to try to just keep up with the other cars. So if you have to spend your NOS to go near the next car, it's better to do it, because once you are close enough, you will get a full speed boost, and you can just let your NOS increase. Okay, so basically this is the whole point of managing the boost and also drafting. Those two things are connected and will help you a lot succeed in these grand races. Okay, so once again, I'm in low boost, and once I go through this checkpoint, I switch car and I have a full boost. Okay, so you guys can see here, I can just slam on the boost, and my goal here is to try to get as close as possible to the next car so that I can get on the draft. So I can just get the wind tunnel, or whatever you want to call it. You see here, so I just lost a bit of control there, but I managed to get ahead. But like I was saying, if you go behind the other car, you will get a speed boost, and then you can just wait for your NOS to refill. So you don't need to spend any NOS. You just see here how this guy passed me flying. So that was exactly what I was saying. Like, he was drafting me, and then he just got full speed before I could even catch him. So the goal here is, you see my NOS is increasing. I'm just drafting right now behind these cars. And as soon as I have my NOS full, I'm ready to attack. So as soon as I have the next turn, I will use my NOS to basically go away from them. Okay, so we'll see here in a second that this is a very difficult turn. I just pass everyone flying, and then I use my boost to just go really far from them. So this is the technique you guys can use to save your boost, also while having a speed boost by the draft. Okay, so this is probably the most important tip I can give you guys, because it will surely help you maintaining and also passing the other players. Because in order to pass the other players, you need to have a boost that you can use in the turn, and the turns are the best opportunity you guys have, because when you're going in a straight line, there's no way you can pass them, because everyone is going at the same speed always. Okay, so use the turns, be ready, have your NOS filled up as much as possible. So these are the tips I can give you guys, and I can guarantee you that your grand race will be a lot easier. Now, the most important thing I forgot to also mention is, like I said in the beginning, you want to be very careful, because you don't want to crash early in the race. Okay, so you want to go steady, maybe take your time, draft a little bit, get the boost. Once you guys have the boost in the first minute of the race, you just can pass like 20 cars in a row. Okay, so it's very important for you to do that. Be patient in the beginning, and by the end of the race you'll be in a higher position. Okay, so I hope these tips help you guys. Let me know in the comments if you need something, and I'll be in a bit. So see you guys in the next one. Bye. That is it for this video, guys. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to drop a like on the video and also consider subscribing with the bell notifications on so you don't miss out any of my future videos. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.